Yep. Hello, hello. Welcome.
Well, Sheldon's a minute fast, so that's why we don't have the rest of them. You know, there's a cobweb floating around right in here in the middle of this table. I just got a hold of it.
Oh, wait. There's another one. There's half of it.
I know. Mother of God.
Willie Everett. Good evening.
Good evening.
I hope they're going to Joe Biden me. Give me the easy questions.
What do they call them? The popcorn questions.
No, the
The ice cream questions.
No.
What? What do they call them?
no, the other
Softball.
softball.
Softball questions.
Yeah, it's not
Max.
Charles Holder. Hey, fuckers. Softball.
Softball.
That was my third guess.
Yeah. Gary Johnson.
Gary Johnson. Sweet mother. Hello, sir. Scott Wexler.
Mm-hmm.
Usual suspects.
You got the A team tonight, Joey. I imagine Joey. He's not here. He texted me and Jay to take over for him tonight. He may be in the Bullhog Press. I don't think so, because Heather worked kind of hard today moving some heavy boxes. So,
Well, you don't know.
unless he sweetened the pie, you know what I mean?
No, I don't.
Unless he sweetened the pie, I think he's probably.
Hello, Tim and Jay. Exciting about coming to alumni. Really, it will be his first. Donald Rocco's will be his first one.
Okay.
I think you're going to have a good time, dude.
Yeah, you guys coming to alumni, I may be speaking out of turn, but I don't think I am. Heather
Probably.
has been in the process of packing a bunch of James's extra stuff up. If I'll just say extra stuff. But what she's going to do, she's putting them in boxes, and she's putting like $100 price tag on a box, and you just get the box, and there's going to be stuff in it, all kind of miscellaneous stuff, like outdoor stuff, camping stuff, all that kind of stuff. So
All the stuff you want.
all the stuff you want. And then if you guys know James is never one for buying shitty stuff. Like, he would do some research on his own and make sure he got the best quality stuff he could find.
And it's never just one of them.
No, hell no.
Hey, dude, one of them boxes might have a gun in it
Well,
still.
I can tell you this much: after James passed away, I used his truck. Remember, me and you went up to Palmyra because the little truck wouldn't pull that trailer. It had a bad wheel bearings in the front of the truck. Remember?
Was that shotgun?
Yeah, we took shotgun steel up there in the trailer. And how James did when we were teaching, if he didn't have anything to do, he'd just empty the truck out and repack it. That's for something to do.
Yeah.
He did that all the time. Because he'd have me and Jay teaching or something. Unless there's something come up that somebody had a question for him or something, he'd just stay in the background and, find stuff to do, unpack stuff.
Celebrity stuff.
Yeah. And so, any rate, I went up there with a truck that first, I guess, James died in September. I guess it was not more than a month or two later, or maybe in the spring. I don't know.
What was in there? A bunch of guns?
Yeah, I found 2 guns in there and a bunch of stuff. So when I got back, I called Heather out there and said, Heather, we need to put these in the safe. And she goes, oh my God, I didn't know these were in the truck. I said, I don't think anybody did, because they were kind of buried in there in some stuff.
Yeah.
But I kind of doubt you'll find a gun in this stuff, but you may find some extra magazines and some stuff that you'd like to have. I know it's going to be top quality stuff. I know that much.
In October.
Yeah. So listen, guys, I got a personal request for everybody. I'm looking for a Toyota Camry, a Toyota Avalon, a Honda Civic, or a Honda Accord, say 2015 and up, not a new one, not even the 2020s, like a 2015 to 2019, somewhere in there, less than 100,000 miles on it. I'll pay cash money for it if it's reasonable. And I've also got my Blazer. I'm going to sell the Blazer. I've got an 87 Blazer, which has the 87 was the first year used throttle body. It went from carburetor to throttle body, then fuel injection later. So it's the first year it had throttle body. Truck runs good, original engine, original everything. It doesn't have a back seat. I took that out. I don't know where it's at. Truck's been painted inside and out. Motor's good. Motor runs good. I think the only thing I'm going to have to do to it to sell it is put a new battery in it. But anyway, that's available. I'm looking to get anywhere between 12 and 15 out of it. 1,000, not 100. So anyway, if you guys,
You could put one of those battery tenders on it.
yeah, I know, I've done that. That battery's so old; it's like 7 or 8 years old. There's no, I mean, it would work. It'll start the truck, but it doesn't have any cranking M's left. So anyway, if you guys hear about any of that stuff or have some of that stuff that you want to get rid of a car, want to buy this Blazer, let me know. I'm gonna put the Blazer on Facebook Marketplace eventually, but I just thought I'd get everybody, a heads up. If one of the alumni want to buy it, I'd cut them a better deal. Anyway,
Yeah, I had a Honda Accord a long time ago, and I drove that thing across country like multiple times. San Diego to Pensacola, I know 4 times. And I had one with the sunroof, and I had the 8-track. No, not the 8-track. I had a cassette in there, and I had like all the Pearl Jam collection.
Right.
And I just get a big mug of coffee and just drive.
Drive.
Yeah.
I drove one time after I was out of the military. I drove to get a buddy who was still in the military in Fort Lewis, Washington. I drove from Florida to Fort Lewis, Washington.
Damn.
Yeah, that was a trip. And I did the same thing. Black coffee, and I don't drink black coffee. I drink sweet coffee. Shit, keep me awake. And McDonald's coffee was the worst. I'd always go through McDonald's drive-through to get their shitty coffee because it either make you sick or keep you awake. One of the two, you wasn't going to sleep.
If you had one of them,
Joey says 2019 he drove up last time, and he's got a 2015, still runs like a dream. Is a 2015 for sale? If it is, how many miles are on it? Let me know. I might be interested in that. What else?
Fat Nuts, how's it going?
Where's Fat Nuts at? How's it going? Oh, Fat Nuts, that some bitch. He got me started on them damn. Got me started when we used to go on road trips together. He'd go, and he got me started on them cinnamon fire candies. I'd eat them by the mouthful. He brought big packages of them.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, Dylan, you're right. McDonald's coffee is battery acid.
But I'd stop at the truck stops because once you buy the big mug, like you just keep getting refills.
Yeah, I know. Well, you could do the same thing. I guarantee you, Calvin never bought
cheap,
one cup of coffee. I'm gonna tell on Calvin. Calvin used to go into Holiday Inn Expresses that he didn't stay at and go to the breakfast buffet.
Yeah. Like he woke up there.
Yeah, I know it. He'd come in, flip flops and a pair of shorts on, go right to the buffet, to the breakfast buffet. Then when he was leaving, he always had 2 or 3 apples and 3 or 4 bananas in his pocket.
A couple of bars of soap.
Yeah.
They mean for you to take that, though.
Yeah, I know. Have you noticed though, Holiday Inn Expresses now, there's no soaps anymore. They're in the dispensers.
Yeah.
But you can take one
Some
of the
kids, some Chinese dude sold them.
I know you can take those dispensers out though if you want to.
Damn.
They do come out. There's a lock on them, but you can defeat it. I'm just saying.
Fat Nuts, you did it to yourself, and it was James's fault. He bought us 5-pound bags. Wow.
Yeah. Thanks, Joey. Yeah, I agree with you. Civics are hard to beat. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I never had one of them. I just had an Accord.
Accord's a good car. Listen, any of the Japanese stuff, and here's a problem though. Some years, not all models are the same. I've been doing a little research. Like, for example, the old Accords, the 2008 to 2012 are good year models. 2013 and 14 seems like they had problems with transmission. So they always have problems with them, but the Japanese, unlike everybody else, the Japanese don't go make a new car. They refine the one they got. So like the CVT transmissions that like the Nissans have in them are junk because they're not built by. But Honda builds their own transmissions. Even though they got CVTs, they're good CVTs if there is such a thing.
What does that mean?
It's a one that you don't feel it. It's an automatic transmission where you won't feel it shift because instead of having gears, it has bands. And it rides up on a conical thing, and the faster you go, the band moves up, and it speeds the car up. But you won't feel it shift or anything else like that.
Conical band transmission.
Yeah. Well, that ain't what it's called. I mean, that's not
CVT.
I know, but that's basically what it does.
If I had to make an acronym, it would be that.
Fine, but that's basically what it does. But the problem with them is people don't take care of them. Everybody thinks you buy a car like this. And I'm not saying anything against the women and stuff like that, but thank God for these oil changing places because women wouldn't change their oil in their cars, and if you change oil in the car every 5,000 miles and if you look at the owner's manual, it would tell you even CVT transmissions need to be changed about every 6,000 miles. You need to put a new filter and drain it and put new oil in it, or new transmission oil. But people, and they also do crazy stuff like this. When you read on the oil filler cap on a Japanese car, it will tell you what weight oil it needs. If you exceed that, in other words, it said some of them are going now to zero W15, which is crazy. It's a real light oil, but that engine's been designed for that. If you put 30 weight in it, or you put 10 W40, you're going to hurt the car because it ain't designed for that. So
too viscous.
Right. Yeah, it's too thick, and so those cars, like you got modern cars now, like you got some cars that got 24 valves. Those things to be lubricated when you start them up. You can't run that shit dry. It's going to wear the car out. So those light oils, they're designed to do what they're supposed to do. Also, putting oil filters. People use aftermarket oil filters. I'm telling you, if you get a Toyota, buy the Toyota filters to replace them with. I won't put anything else in them. Now, now on my motorcycle, I use, because I did some research, I found out that the K&N oil filter and air filter are better than stock. But I still change my oil on my motorcycle every 6,000 miles, and I use synthetic. So people just get carried away, and they do stuff to these cars, and the cars are like, there's Honda Accords has got 250, 300,000, 400,000 miles on them with the original engine. Man, you can't go wrong with that shit. And the next car I buy, as old as I am, I hope it outlasts me. I don't want to buy another one. And I'm not going to buy a new one, I don't want any payments, so I'm going to pay cash, or I ain't going to buy one.
Radio made easy. Imagine the degeneracy that Blazer has witnessed. Yeah, that's why the back seat is missing. No. That's why he doesn't know where it is.
Come on, man. I know where the back seat's at. It's on somebody's porch. We call it front porch rich.
You call it framing. Framing someone.
You guys that are
framing
not,
someone
you
for
guys
a murder.
are not from the South, or not from farm families. They would take a couch out of a seat out of the back of a car and use it for a couch on the front porch before we had air conditioners. Everybody sit out after dinner on the front porch under a fan, ceiling fan, sitting out on the front porch just relaxing. We knew our neighbors because we weren't inside. But they just take an old back seat out of a car and put it on the front porch as a couch.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. If I win the lottery, that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm
upgrade to a damn. I'm gonna go find a
bench seat.
No, I'm gonna go find a
seat belts.
No
airbag.
I'm gonna go find a Mercedes-Benz back seat put on my front porch. I'm gonna be with an emblem on it.
Oh yeah.
Front porch rich.
Like
you know
the
what I mean?
seat costs more than the apartment.
Damn sure does.
Do.
Okay, enough of that stuff, guys. So anybody got any questions or anything they want to talk about specifically?
Try something non-car related.
Yeah, non-car related.
To Sequoia. What? For $1,000?
It has 275,000 miles on it. Yeah, I imagine. No, Sequoias are good, man.
Ancestry.
Come on, John. Come on, man.
Sold out. Heraclitus bourbon.
Uh-oh. What?
And you all are the best. I know.
Uh-huh.
We know this.
How like my holler son.
Your holler son. Your site on your...
Hollow son?
Yeah.
Damn. I thought I was bad at spelling and speaking English. On my pistol, the one that Les put on for me, I like it a lot. Yeah. That's another thing, guys. We were talking about this the other day. I think it was me and, I don't know if it was me and you, Jay, or somebody else, but no, it had to be somebody else. But presentation with a red dot gun, I found this out through that class. I did the 2-day student class and 2-day instructor class with who was it? Damn.
Edwards.
Don Edwards.
At
any rate, the presentation, when you get position 2 of the draw stroke, like normally with a standard sighted gun, I always had my barrel elevated just slightly. I don't know why, just the way it ended up. But if you do that with a red dot, when you mount it to get it up to your face, you're hunting for the red dot. So I have to keep it level or slightly depressed when I get to position 2 of the draw stroke, and it will line up. The sight I put on mine was a Holosun E Enhanced Pistol Sight. EPS, I guess it is what it's called. I think that's what it's called.
Probably.
And they make a carry model and a standard model. I got the standard, which is a bigger of the two.
Heraclitus Select Bourbon is not sold out. Shout out. So make your orders. Get it. Get your bourbon. First time I saw a video on shotgun.
Midwest Industries is making
Midwest.
forearm for the 1301. Yep. I'm waiting on they're backed up kind of right now, but the new greatest thing is the A furniture for an AK. I'm looking for that furniture. I've talked to
Midwest?
Lewis. Yeah, up in Midwest. I talked to Lewis, and Lewis said he talked to him at NRA or whatever, the SHOT Show or whatever, and he said they're backed up. So I said, I'd like to have a set of that furniture for my AK, and he said, well, I'm not going to call them up and try to get in front of the line. There's probably, if they're backed up, they're maybe, 8 months backed up getting this furniture built, which is good. Grant Tilley said, Joey, I've got a tourniquet on all my slings. Good call. Yep. Long guns need a tourniquet, whether it be a shotgun or a rifle. You can put it on the sling. I tell you what I do with mine, guys. If I've got a pistol brace, since I'm not putting my arm through that hole, I take the tourniquets and put in the back hole that you run your hand through. You're supposed to run your arm through to on the pistol brace. I put one there. Not that I'm opposed to having one on the sling. Some of mine have one on the sling, but the pistol brace ones I just put in that area there because I'm not going to use it from my arm anyway.
Heraclitus Select Bourbon. Hit the thumbs up, y'all. Single shell holder.
What are those sling shingle shell holders? I don't know. What are you talking about, Mark?
Are those single shell holders?
What?
I'm talking about the furniture for a shotgun.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's a shotgun question.
Okay, I'm not sure. Mark, ask your question another way because I'm not understanding what you're meaning.
Are those
brother.
single shell saddles good for fighting or just competition? Single shell shell saddles. Sorry, I didn't even see saddles.
Okay, I think what Mark is talking about is there's a they call it a match saver, and they put a single shell holder up in front of the breech right on the forearm, where you can pull the shotgun shell back into the action if you. To me, that's a competition. Yeah, that's a competition type thing. Is it bad to have it on there? No, but it's a single round. I would rather. If I was going to worry about extra ammo, I'd put a good soft side saddle on it or something.
Throw a slug in there.
Yeah. No. Yeah, it's called a match saver. Yeah.
Or unless you got like a need for a breaching round or something.
No, breaching rounds are double up buck. That's what I'm gonna carry anyway. I ain't got no fucking specialty breaching rounds. Shit.
Yeah. What? Well, I'm talking about a 12 gauge.
I know. I'm talking about that too. But the civilian don't need a damn breaching round. If he needs a breaching round, use a double up buck.
What does need have to do with it?
Well, they're expensive. To buy those rounds for what? I don't know.
I don't know, dude. I bet if we dig around
breaching,
them boxes
just
long
use a bumper off the Toyota, running through the damn door. What am I gonna do?
Oh, I don't know. Put whatever shell you want up there, bro.
Yeah, it's gay. What's a good AK these days? Seems like a lot of good ones, and they're hard to find now. Dylan, again, if I had to buy one off the shelf, Occam Defense, naturally, you're going to have hard pressed to find them and get them, and they're expensive. But what's the name of that brand? Arsenal. I'd buy an Arsenal if I could find one off the shelf. I think that's the best one built off the shelf. Now, Century Arms has some good AKs. We've had them in our rental fleet forever. But if I was going to put good money out and only had one, I'd buy an Arsenal. You can't buy kits anymore. I had 2 kits that I had built by Lee Armory. They're no longer in business, but there's another guy out there that used to work for Lee Armory. He's building guns out west. and I sent him 2 Hungarian AK kits that I'd had forever. And I've got I gave one of those away to a friend, another instructor, and I kept one. And those, it's legit.
You could put a dragon's breath in that single shell.
Yeah. Well, who said
case you
that?
wanted to burn your house down.
Kilgore. If I hear one more word about that, I ain't going to say the word. You're banned. I don't care if you paid money or not.
Dude, like, what if you saw a spider,
listen,
a
don't
spider
start.
in your
Don't
house and
start.
you had to burn it to the ground?
Yeah.
To kill the
to
spider.
burn the house to the ground.
Yeah, you
that'd
need
be
a dragon's
wise.
breath.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's wise. Sweet mother.
Good non-ret.
I'd really like
Pistol
to
class?
take another good non-red dot pistol class. Simply cannot afford the cost of accepting quality red dot.
A brand VP9 slider. Get professional. Yeah,
Here's the deal.
if you can't afford it yet.
Right. Here's the deal. I found this out in class in case you guys don't know, and this is just my opinion, and I got it from Don Edwards, so I got it from a good source. If you have a pistol that's MOS, which is it's got the slide's already milled out for a red dot, for a plate that you mount a red dot on, as compared to having a gun that doesn't MOS ready, that's just a stock gun, have it sent. I would rather have the one without a MOS plate in it. And I did this with mine, Les, in Michigan, who was one of our fellow students in class. Him and his son are machinists. And Les did his, and I saw his work, and they sent my Glock 45, which is not MOS, off to him, and he did it for me. And I even sent him the sight, so he even mounted that for me. Everything was done. When I got it back, it was ready to take out and play. The reason that's better is because you're only bolting to one thing. You only got 2 bolts on it. And Les told me that, and Don Edwards said the same thing, some of the manufacturers are heat treating the screws that go in there, but they're doing a terrible job on it, which if you really shouldn't heat treat the whole screw, just the threads, because when you do the whole screw, it makes them brittle. And that's what happened to that Terran Tactical that I was shooting in class at 34. It actually broke a screw off in the bottom, the plate, not in the optic, but in the plate. So if you have the money in it, and I don't know what he charged everybody else. He charged me $85, and I thought that was a fair price, very much fair price. But I would get a gun milled with no MOS plate, because I think now you're only mounting the optic to the gun and not a plate in between it, which is a weak point. That's what I found out in Don Edwards' class, and talking to Les and his son both, who are machinists. Tim, are you going to put a Holosun on your J.C. Higgins? No. The only thing I got left to do to this J.C. Higgins, and I haven't been able to find one yet, is I'm going to put a XS Big Dot on the front sight. The reason I haven't done it yet, it's got the old school front sight, which is bigger than the XS sights can go over it. So I've got to change the front sight, the bead off of this one, put a smaller bead on where I can put the Big Dot on it. That's the only thing I'm going to do to it. It's a home defense gun. That's all it's for. I want one of those Thunder Ranch 590s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dylan, that's good. 590s are good
good
guns. 590 A1s.
that too.
Yeah. Tim, you say there's not a timer in a gunfight. John, as active self-protection, says a timer. There is a timer in a gun class. Please explain your thoughts and process. There's not a timer in a gunfight. I understand there's certain classes that you would use a timer for. We don't use them in our fighting classes. We use them in our fast and accurate, because that's a way you have to measure if you're getting faster. The reason I say I've never heard a timer in my ear in getting shot at, I've never paid attention to that timer. Do you need to be proficient? The answer is yes. Let's talk about something. Draw stroke. I think to be proficient in drawing your gun from concealment, 1.5 seconds and under is an appropriate, good time to be able to draw your gun. Here's what I will tell you. I think you will know well before you need to draw the gun, you need to get a gun out. I think the evidence around you, the situation around you would dictate that.
Yep.
And I don't think a fast draw stroke's got a damn thing to do with it.
No.
I don't believe a timer has any bearing on your ability to perform.
The downside of that is the shot timer conditions you that draw equals shoot.
Right.
So as soon as the gun comes out, they press the trigger. And it, great deal of the time, it doesn't.
Right.
And guys that I know that have gone places and done things and pointed guns at people and what they say, grew a beard and got weird. They just take them out.
Yeah.
Like he thinks like there's a chance that he needs it. He feels weird. He just takes it out, and I'm like, yeah, just do it. I don't know if you're gonna press the trigger or not, but.
And let me say something to this Higher X. I'm not criticizing any other instructor who uses a timer. Don't take that for that. That's what it means. If John at Active Self-Protection says there is a timer in a gunfight, that's fine. You know, here's what I will tell you.
But there isn't.
That's fine. He can have his opinion. I don't think the opinion is necessarily detrimental, but here's what I will tell you. Anything you're ever taught by anybody, and I don't care who it is, I have a lot of respect for John Farnham and a lot of those guys. They've forgotten more than I'll ever know. Mm-hmm. But anything they tell me, I take with a grain of salt until I can evaluate it and say, yes, is this a good thing? And I do it on a level of 3. There's 3 things. If somebody teaches me something or trying to teach me something, say like a reload, just a standard reload. If they're teaching me something, the first 3 things I want to know, number 1 is what they're teaching me. Is it useful? Is it beneficial to me? Number 2, is it repeatable? Can I do it over and over again and come out with the same results? And number 3, can I do it in the nighttime and the daytime? I don't want somebody to teach me a reload I do in the daytime that I don't do at night. Okay. I want to know if it's repeatable. If it's not repeatable, then it's a gimmick to me. And number 1 is it useful? Is this actually what they're teaching me? Is that useful for me in a gunfight? Does it have some bearing on whether or not I can perform this, or does it enhance my performance in a gunfight or in a critical situation? If not, those 3 things aren't checked, then I don't use it. You know, I'm not saying it may work for some people, but it won't work for me. So I would never talk about another instructor how he teaches, or if he uses a timer, he doesn't. Like John Farnham in his final drill, he uses a timer to judge how much the students have learned. That's fine with me. We do it in fast and accurate because that's the only way to tell if you're getting faster. Because when we do fast and accurate, most of the time you're talking about tenths of seconds that people are getting better. You know, maybe day 1 they're a little bit slow. Day 2, at the end of the day when we're testing, you know, doing the final, getting their final numbers, they from day 1 to day 2 they've increased a bunch. But day 2, when they're on day 2, every time they do a drill, they're increasing by tenths of a second maybe, and not much more. So that's a valuable thing. But when you're talking about using a gun for self-defense, I just don't think a timer's in that context. I don't think a timer is necessary. Clint Smith says he never saw a block of jelly in a gunfight. He's talking. So I know what Dylan's talking about. Dylan's talking about how they do ballistics test in the gel to see how good the bullet expands and all that stuff. I agree with that to a certain degree. I think the block of jelly, you know, shooting into it with rounds from your defensive carry will help you. I actually saw this years ago. I was carrying some Speer Gold Dot ammunition, defensive ammunition, and I don't know who, not XS, but what was the gun company? Corbon was out there at the time, and they said, we want to shoot your ammo too and see what it does. And what I found about the Gold Dot was some of them expanded, some of them didn't. It wasn't any consistency. So that helps you in determining whether or not that's good ammo or not. So I have no problem with that. But no, you're not going to worry about, you're just trying to stop the fight, guys. I mean, I'm not out there to kill anybody. Jay mentioned this a while ago. Getting the gun out is your biggest battle. When do I take the gun out? When do I make that decision? And here's the deal with that. If you look at John Lott's book, only 1 in 30 times does somebody actually have to use a gun. The other 29 times a bad guy sees it and go, I'm not fucking with this guy.
Well,
so
another thing too, we're assuming that it's going to be a draw out of a holster,
right?
And we don't know if it comes out of the glove box or the nightstand or off the ground or off of somebody else. I don't really know that, so I'm not ready to say a draw. But yeah, but there are some things you might want to do. You invest in one and, have some fun with it.
Jake says, thoughts on upgrading extractor for 870s. The later 870s that built in the last 10 to 15 years, yes, they had ejection problems, and that's because the manufacturers went to a shittier part for that purpose. The ejectors in an 870 got shitty. So I would take it. I wouldn't try to do it myself. I'd take it to a gunsmith and tell him what problem you're having. Maybe he's got a solution for it. Maybe he's got better ejectors. They're not a big part. I forgot the guy's name, but shoot, he was out west. He did
Bangkok.
he did revolver work out in Montana. Was on that show Greatest American Shot or whatever. Anyway, he would like ejectors and stuff. He would take some good steel, some good aluminum, and fashion them, cut them. Cut his own. So, and that's not that critical. I mean, that's not that what's the ejector on an 870 is not that intricate of a part. I think a good gunsmith could take some aluminum, band aluminum steel, and make a good ejector out of it. If you're having a problems with that, yeah, I'll take it to a gunsmith. Remington 870s or Mossberg 500, assuming both work well. Which one you pick? I just had one. I tell you right now, anything like Remington, I'm telling you, anything built in the last 10 to 15 years, I wouldn't touch. So Mossberg 500s, 590s, I think those are the ones I'd pick.
I had a Mossberg forever.
Yeah.
Heraclitus Select Bourbon, asking anyone how anxiety of a timer compares to the anxiety in force on force. Like in the fight, we've had comp shooters take force on force, and they all say the timer is nothing in comparison to force on force. And that's the other thing too, like the shot timer, all the decision making is taken out of it. Like you say, when I hear the beep, I'm going to draw and I'm trying to knock down all the plates. So we don't know what's about to happen. This gun's going to come out and people are going to start moving around, and some of them need to get shot, and who knows, dude, man, you might. Any number of things might happen, man. Just when I think I've seen it all, like there's one more, and I'm like, wow, how did he get there and there, And
the other thing is like competition shooting, like 3-gun, IPSC and IDPA and all that stuff. I tell people to go to that. I can't do it anymore because they know I'm an instructor, and I'm going to finish towards the bottom because I'm going to do it the way I think I should do it.
Yeah.
And I don't want somebody finds out I'm an instructor. I'm not going to him. He sucks. They don't understand that I don't use it.
They'll find a reason.
Yeah,
there'll be another excuse.
Well, they're not want to come train anyway. But my point is this: going to those competitions, I think, is great. Even though they're on a timer, so I have no problem with that. It gives you good manipulation of your gun. You get to shoot your gun. I have no problem with any of that stuff, guys. But don't inflate that to training. That's not training. That's just shooting your gun. I've said for years, if they want to make IPSC and IDPA a true sport, then don't let the contestants do a walkthrough.
Just it won't matter. They already forgot it.
Well, no. You get some guys like Jerry Mick. That guy's got a steel trap mind. He knows when he's going to do reloads in between. He's already figured that out before his gun comes out of the holster.
Right.
But if you want
there's like a sponsor there, like waiting for him to do that. Like,
I know.
You're just like Joe Dude.
I'm saying that if you want a good course, tell them this is going to be rifle, like it's a 3-gun course. Tell them the stage. This is stage 1. It's going to be rifle, or it's going to be pistol and shotgun. Just tell them the 2 they're going to have to carry, where they don't have to. Remember that up, and say every brown target's a bad guy, every white target's a good guy. If you see a moving target, it's a shoot. If you see, just like the targets they put up now where they put black on one, that's a no-shoot area, and maybe you just got the head. Use the same targets as the same description of the targets. If you see a brown one, it's a shoot target. If you don't, it's not.
One year,
have a good day.
One year, I just hit the buzzer when they got out of the car. One guy started shooting right away.
Wait a minute.
Wait, who am I looking at?
What's that third one from the bottom? I can't read it. I'm too far away. Reagan? What's that?
Ragnar Odinson.
Yeah. Your profession, probably a cop or something like that. Cops pull guns on people all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all the time. They point them at people all the time.
Yeah.
And for the most part, they don't have to shoot them. Now, it seems like it's getting crazier and crazier. Listen, guys, I'm not going to get on my soapbox, political soapbox, but I will tell you this. If you don't think this country's got crazier with people, and they're doing all kind of manner of stuff to make us people that grew up in the old days, you know, they're telling us this guy dressing up as a woman's a woman. No, that's not true. They're trying to indoctrinate our kids in school now to believe stuff like that, and then people are getting the mental illness in this country is off the freaking shelf, and it's off the shelf because of crap like that. Number one, and number two, when I was growing up, we had mental facilities in every state, and they would help people and put them in there and to help them get back right.
When
now they just get
the river.
Right. Now
that's where the term came from.
Up the river.
They invented it when you go up the river.
Yeah. But at any rate, now they just give them a pill, and we got all the homeless vets on the street because it's just, and we got immigrants we're bringing in here. They got better housing than our homeless vets. This place is just going to, listen, I'm probably going to be gone before it goes to full-term shit pot, but it's getting damn close. On top of that, if you guys ever heard the, what was the guy's name that we play in Contractor? You know what I'm talking about? The
that we play.
Psychologist that, you know.
Oh, damn it.
Anyway. Paul Weitzel.
Thank you, Dylan. Hey, you want a job? I got a shirt about this big right here. You want to jump in?
Paul Weitzel said that there's 8 stages of decay, and there's no country that's lasted over 200 years. We've exceeded that, and there's 8 stages of decay before the country goes completely under. And we've been in stage 8 since the 90s. So you go figure. Just saying.
I thought we were in stage 6 when we started the video. And we were in 9 by the time it was over.
No. Yeah.
So I saw a thing today that said that an abortion ban in Texas increased the amount of infant deaths up 13%. I said that's mathematically and logically impossible. It's so impossible I had to make up a word. Impossible. So they're crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's just like the statistics. They use
How does it make it go up?
The left only uses statistics when it's in their favor. Like the latest one with Jon Stewart talking to some congressman or senator, and he said, "Do you realize the leading cause of death among young people, children, is guns now?"
No, it isn't.
No, it's not. Well, but technically it probably is. But what he's misrepresenting is this. He's not taking in consideration that anything under 18 is considered a minor. And on top of that, how many people 17 years old and under, probably in the neighborhood of 12 years old, are gangbangers? So he's taking all those figures that people that are doing it, that are doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's number one.
It doesn't matter. He's lying anyway.
I know. Number two, if you look at the statistics, and the last ones I looked at were 2017, but you look at statistics, they're talking about AR-15s, how they're so dangerous. I'm not going to call them the AS word because it's not what they are, but at any rate, and when somebody says that to you, they call it assault weapon, correct them and say, you don't know what you're talking about. But AR-15s, if they're so dangerous, how come, even if you look at the numbers, like 2017 is like 498 rifles that were used in a murder. What they're not telling you is they don't break that statistic down between AR-15s and everything else. And I will tell you, it's been my experience that more people, just like more deer have been shot with a .22 rifle because they're cheap and the ammo's cheap and they're a lot quieter. More people have been killed with a .22 than ever been an AR. But even if you took the whole 497 guns that were used, rifles that were used in a killing in 2017, even if you took that, look at the number of ARs out there. So if they're so dangerous, why aren't there more? That's what I would ask them.
Dude,
if they're so fucking dangerous, why aren't there more shootings with AR-15s instead of 498?
Dude,
just saying.
So today
There's millions of those.
Today I got into a brief argument with somebody, and there was a shooting out in Arkansas, and I said, "Yeah, carry your gun." And we need to do something. Something needs to be done. I said, "Yeah, carry your gun." And they're like,
they
"Hey,"
lost their minds.
They said, "Hey, idiot, guns are involved in shooting." I said, "They stop them too." And they're like, how could you be this stupid? I said, is the guy shooting anybody right now? You can thank a gun for that.
Yep. On top of that, they go, well, guns cause problems. Well, how many? They don't take into consideration. They don't want to look at that number either. How many guns? And you can, depend on the study you look at, anywhere between 500,000 and 2.5 million guns a year stop crimes. Stop somebody getting killed.
Right.
So do we want to trade that for the 10,000? You know, if you look at the murders and 38,000 in the U.S. last year, of which 2/3 of them were self-inflicted. Suicides.
But you don't
So
know
that
about
means
the ones that
10,000.
you don't know about the ones that don't happen.
Yeah.
Like how do you have an accurate number of the ones that didn't happen?
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah. God Almighty, how did we get on this?
Yeah, I don't talk numbers with these people
Yeah, I
because
know.
they're complete
They're
morons.
not going to listen to them anyway.
And all I know is 100. When you need one, that's 100.
My favorite one is here. This just recently happened. There was a Republican at a press conference, several Republicans, and they were talking about a new gun law that was proposed, and they said we're going to fight that. And they had some British reporter in the audience goes, "Why are you fighting that? Guns kill people." And she goes, "Well," we got. And the British reporter said, "We got rid of our guns. We stopped mass shootings." Yeah, but you didn't stop the knifings. The knifings in England, they got knife places that you're supposed to turn your knives in because they went from killing people with a gun to killing people with a knife. They're still just as damn dead.
Dude.
You know, if you took everything away, we'd pick up rocks. Come on, evil is evil. You know.
Somebody was saying like there was some guy somebody in Europe walked into a grocery store, grabbed knives, and just out of the butcher's block. He didn't walk in with them; they were in the store.
Yeah, I know.
So he's just like walking around poking these people.
Yeah.
And I was like, somebody needs to shoot him. And they were like, well, the cops got there, and I said, okay, then what happened? How's that resolved? And said, oh, well, they shot him. And I said, is he stabbing anybody now? And they're like, well, no. And I said, perfect. We should have done that 14 people ago.
Yeah.
And then they said, well, you don't need to shoot them. You could hit them with an appliance. I said, that sounds like a good way to get stabbed to me. I think I'm going to shoot them from a couple of aisles over.
Well, listen, I'll tell you this much right now. I'm more scared of somebody with a knife in close proximity to me. I'm scared of somebody with a gun.
Or a toaster.
Especially when...
Dude told me to hit him with a toaster. Dude, he's crazy. So you hit him with the toaster, and then you get stabbed.
Why don't you take in the appliance section, make them get in the hot tub, fill
So
it up
we're-
with some water, and throw a toaster in.
So we're just gonna stand in the appliance aisle and just duke it out, like until we run out of items off the shelf.
Wait till I get in that big Black & Decker 8-slice toaster. That'll end it.
Damn. Gonna start calling my Glock an appliance.
There you go.
Yeah. Seems applicable.
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
Yeah, man. Dude told me to hit him with a toaster.
God almighty.
Here, 90-pound women can be on an even playing field with a 275-pound man because she can carry a fire. Exactly.
Damn right.
Yeah,
Matter of fact,
provided this is working.
in the old days when Colt came out with their Colt Peacemaker, they were even, believe it or not, they had Colt had a smaller version of the Peacemaker. I mean, it wasn't the same gun, but smaller version. They called it a lady's companion.
They didn't take no for an answer back then, did they, Tim?
What?
Nothing. Just saying.
Wow.
And they're here, take this gun. Here he comes. Here comes Tim.
Wait a minute. Emmanuel says, long-time Remington 870 fan. What's the name of that?
Vol Quartson.
Vol Quartson makes everything you need to make a new one as good as the old ones. Okay. Emmanuel, thanks for that. I didn't know about that.
Mm-hmm. Good.
I'll write that down and check them out. You guys that got 870s, if you have any problems with them, check those out. Emmanuel sent us a good link and see what that's all about. Maybe they do.
God created man. Sam Colt made them all
There you
equal.
go.
I'm going to write that on MSNBC tonight. And
No, that's
I'm just
true.
going to watch
That's
the phone
that's
just
a statement
tremble.
years ago. Yeah.
Vol Quartson makes extractors. Yep.
Yeah, he said that they make everything for an 870, so I would say
Now
so.
a lady's companion can be all kinds of weird items.
Well, don't make it weird. We're talking.
God knows, even under a space blanket, knows what's going on under there. Wait, what are we talking about?
Tim tries to look at women's appliances all the time. Come on, man. You don't call those appliances.
Her toaster.
I like to look at the puppies.
It's not an appliance.
Oh, it is. It can be used as an appliance. Sure, you can. See, Kilgore, you're going to be banned. You keep this shit up. You get me on the wrong track, I'm going to get a call from Joey or Heather.
Yep. He's about to go
Yeah.
straight NC 17 up in here. Let me see your food processor.
Oh, shit. They got a song out. I saw a short on the other night on YouTube or whatever. Guy's talking to his wife, who happens to be, I guess, wife or girlfriend, has to be a nurse, and she's wearing her nurse outfit.
Mm.
The song goes, "I can see your camel toe," and she makes her look down at it. And then he goes on and calls it a bunch of your flapper rapper and all kind of crap. And I go, I'm just rolling.
Damn. It's- oh, damn. I don't even
They have a
sound-
blue light special on sausage grinders.
Yeah, I don't even like the sound of that.
No, I don't either. No.
Well, that didn't take long.
No. We got 15 minutes, guys. We
Straight in
better
the ditch.
It's back to the ditch.
Right down into the ditch.
Yeah.
Had him at toaster.
Oh,
What?
you know what could be one?
What?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. One of those hand blenders. Ooh. The long stick hand blenders, the cordless ones. It'd be rough.
Yep.
Ooh. Mm.
It would be rough.
Mm-hmm. It'd leave a mark, I'm gonna tell you.
Somewhere, well, if you
Put some
Grind-
on your Ajax, won't come off with. I'm
fucking
just
grind
saying.
your hand.
It's like
Man,
me
but
when,
see,
like me
sorry
when
about
I,
that. No, you ain't.
I'm scared of
You ain't
knives
sorry.
because I cut myself with my own knives. I've got a new one that I got from James's collection, and it's got a real thick blade on it, guys. And I've been trying to sharpen that thing. I've cut myself twice with it. I shouldn't have a knife for a sharp object.
Kevin Russo. He's commenting on your 70s porn stash.
What's wrong with What's wrong with that?
Oh,
You know what, though? I haven't shaved this thing since I was in the military. You believe that?
yes.
Have not shaved my mustache since I might do it one day just for shits and giggles. Haven't had this thing off since 1978.
19?
78.
19?
19, mother. Not 18, not 17.
I don't know.
Okay, why you gotta be a hater?
See, 1878. For shiggles. For shiggles. He said, I've always wanted to say that.
Kevin goes, nothing wrong if you drive a van that says free candy.
No.
Yeah, it is in the South. There
No.
is something wrong with that.
Or what is it? Tattoos. What was it? Remember the one James saw? The one that says it was spray painted on their tattoos.
No. that
They're like, here, get in here and take your clothes off, and we'll start driving.
no. Oh, no.
Yeah, man, 70s. Everybody had a stash.
What? Man, you guys quit it. It's not a mustache, it's a saddle. Him and
Dude,
Tim.
it sounds like Kilgore has
George-
traveled with you before.
No. Kilgore ain't never traveled with me.
I don't know. It sounds
No.
like it.
No.
It does sound like it. What do we got going tomorrow? Pistol?
I don't know.
Pistol, and then I got rifle this weekend and advanced rifle.
So is the pistol starting tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be out of town this weekend, boys. Jay's going to take over the A-team duties.
Mm-hmm. We got Tim's house all to ourselves.
Yeah.
So come on over and party.
Wow.
That could mean anything.
Wow.
I was the one wearing the Tub Tim t-shirt.
I don't know what.
That picture of you in the tub with the AK.
I know.
47.
No.
Dude, did you know I was driving through Arizona and that there's a sticker of you on that moped? It was stuck to the gas pump.
No.
Dude, I was filling the thing
Listen,
up. I said, hey, Calvin, look at this.
No. You know who did a lot of that? If you went up to Illinois, Jerry took a whole stack of them. Said every time he stopped for gas, he'd post them up on.
That
something.
explains it.
Yeah, it was Jerry.
What was he doing in Arizona?
I don't know. We go out there to train Tucson. Maybe it was en route there.
What's better, the Myotron or a toaster? Myotron. If you don't know what that is, you need to look that up.
I don't know what that is.
Go on YouTube, and it's going to be like a 4-part infomercial, and do it. You'll be happy you did. Myotron, get it done.
Justin, you can't buy those stickers anymore. They're not made. They're not available. Mind your business. Damn it.
What? Because I need some.
No.
When's the tub sticker coming out?
No.
Yeah.
All I know is that they made up T-shirts and all kinds. Hell, there was one girl that made up a bunch of car air fresheners on the scooter. I mean, damn. She sent me one. She sent me 4 or 5 of them. I threw them away, but she sent me one
Why?
with her picture on it, and I kept it. It's in the car.
Should have gave them to me.
No.
Yeah, I don't know how.
10 minutes, folks. 10-minute warning.
Yeah, I don't know how that thing got on that gas pump out there, but that was awesome. Send me your address and I'll mail you 69 of them. Dude, just right here at the shop. People know Tim from all other states that haven't even met him yet.
Wow.
Like one guy was talking to me and he was like, is that guy that says weird shit? I'm like, that's him. He said, I knew it. So you were right.
I don't know what you guys talking about weird shit. I don't say weird shit. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I'd rather see Tim on the gas pump.
All right, yeah. Justin, you get kudos for that. Then Biden sticker, yeah.
Would you prefer an AR-22 or Ruger 1022 for plinking in the market? I don't know. Either one of them.
Yeah, either one would be okay. The AR-22, the only advantage it has over the 1022, I mean, it's the same gas operating system basically. The only difference is the AR-22 is going to resemble a regular AR, so maybe, the configuration of the gun itself, maybe that lends it better when you move up to AR if you're going to do it.
You want to train with it on the
cheap.
cheap.
Yeah.
Chris, hello, sirs.
And by the way, if you got somebody who wants to come and they want to shoot cheap, even one of your alumni, if you want to come back to Fighting Rifle, we got 10 of those AR 1522s that we'll rent out. Now, you got to bring your own ammo, but we got magazines for them, and James bought 10 of those years ago. Matter of fact, the last time they were used as a group was the
Girl Scouts.
Girl Scout troop that came.
We still got to, if anybody knows the number to that troop, because I want to put that on my resume. Because I'm a member of that Girl Scout
I know,
troop.
I am too. I think I got it in my, I think I got their thing in my.
Because, like, who can say that? Scout, Sniper,
Yeah.
Girl Scout.
Troop.
Yeah,
92.
Who has that on?
I know. That's legit.
Kevin Russo, serious question for Alumni Weekend. Check the website. There will be a.
It won't happen right away, Kevin, but like a couple 3 weeks before the event, they will put out if there's any of those things we're doing, how much ammo, whether pistol, rifle, or shotgun ammo you need to bring. But they'll do that. They won't do that right away because we don't know yet. Mm-hmm. This next one, I mean,
we'll get it ironed out.
We'll get it ironed out. But
bring more if you want to shoot.
Yeah. If you're driving, you should have like 1,000 rounds of everything in there anyway.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome, sir. When I meet Tim, he was everything I thought he would be.
Wow.
Yep. People say that. People tell me 838.
838.
838.
I'll look it up. I've got their certificate that they gave me for them being their instructor and their pin.
I got the pin, but I wasn't able to read a number on there.
Okay. Well, it's because you weren't using your cheaters, Jay. You can't see anymore. Don't act like
Man, it might have rubbed off or something.
No, you'd be doing crap like this way out yonder. You know how you are.
Or I might have been holding it backwards.
Okay, Grant said had already posted a list for the alumni, the Facebook group. So go to the Facebook group and you'll find out what
you need to look at.
What you need to bring.
Tub Tim was the inspiration for the album cover of my mixtape. You can see that.
God almighty.
Like the first song on there is Iron Man by Black Sabbath. That's
Wow.
that's his makeout tape.
No. Put some sugar on it by
No, I was like, when I was in
Judas
high
Priest.
school. When I was in high school, there was this knucklehead that said he had his makeout tape all set up, and the lead song in it was Iron Man by Black Sabbath. I was like, oh, you
That'll get her in the mood.
you just setting the tone for how this is going to work out. Not for very long, but how it's going to work out, at least for this song. All right, what's going on here? Put some sugar on it by Judas Priest.
sir.
Good free. Yep. Yeah, do that.
Mm-hmm. Judas Priest. Who else was around when I was growing up? I went to several concerts. Shit. I can't remember the band, but the drummer only had one arm. He had a, I can't remember the name of the band. But anyway.
It's Def Leppard.
Def Leppard, yeah, that's fine. Judas Priest, I listen to Def Leppard, Judas Priest, all that stuff.
That relationship will need a shot timer. Very true. It had one. It looked a lot like him.
All right, 5 minutes.
Surprised Andrew hadn't chimed in here.
Andrew.
Smursack.
You mean BMW Andrew?
No. Combat Art.
Oh, Combat Art, okay.
Stupid damn iPhone. Tim calling out the time like he's our jump master. Oh, yeah.
Stand up, hook up, shuffle to the door. You know that, have you seen, I watched the thing the other night, 80-second jumping, there at Bragg. They got these new chutes, they're fucking awesome. They're big square motherfuckers, big ones. They're still static line jump, but they're big, huge. And it seems like when you see them coming down and landing, they're landing a lot softer than we did.
That I could probably see.
Yeah.
I always landed like I jumped out of the back of a pickup truck or something.
And they got one on YouTube. I saw it the other day. This is the first time I've ever heard of it. I've heard of it before, but never seen it. They had a hung jumper. They pulled him back in with a static line retriever.
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't see that often.
I know. I heard of it. I mean, you heard of it in training because they train you for it. But I never saw one the whole time I was there. No, they didn't cut him. They pulled him back in.
They cut Rambo's.
I know, but that's
they didn't
because
like
it was
him.
Rambo. Yeah, they didn't like him much. But they hooked, and they told us that the static line retriever, it might pull you back in, but you got to realize that's just for pulling kit bags back in. And they told us that if you hook you with it, it might pull you back in, but the motor might burn up before it does.
But then you got to make that corner,
right?
Like to go back in the door.
Yeah, I know. Well, you could tell they showed it. They showed him being pulled back in, and it's got the jump master, the safety, and the Air Force guy right there, and they've got it hooked to a static line retriever, and you can still they're pulling on the whole freaking wad, not just him, but all the kit bags that went before him. They're pulling on the whole wad to get him back in the plane. They get him back in, so I don't know.
What show is this? The
This
Tim
is-
and Jay show.
What?
That's what Barry said.
Okay.
Evening, folks. Chester Volts.
Chester, Chester, we're 3 minutes remaining. And why are you just getting here? Listen, get out of the closet. You know he was in the closet. He got him a new girlfriend.
Oh.
I don't know if Chester, she's still with you or she figured out? Why?
I don't know.
No, Chester's good to hear from you, brother.
Yeah. Be better to see you.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, just saying.
Yeah, I know, Chester. You don't live that far away. You can
Just
come
saying.
into town
But
every
we
once in a
didn't-
while.
We didn't move very far.
I live over by Brother Dole, Chester. You can hit two birds with one stone. Go see him. Go see me.
Yep, same team. That's what I
Same
said.
team. There you go. Same team.
I'm
I'm at work, jackass.
hey, so are we.
Wait a minute. Chester, oh, I know he works for the water department. That don't mean nothing, Chester. You can get out. Fill the damn tanks up and walk out.
They had all that.
Nobody know. Jeff, I'm friends with Jeff, your boss. I won't tell.
Must have been all that flooding from this early this morning. We got a lot of rain this morning.
It wasn't this morning. It was this afternoon.
No, about 03.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I was asleep.
Dude, that's the first thing. I heard boom. I said, here we go. I got up. I went and sat in the truck till about 5, just watching it. See, Kilgore, you have traveled with Tim.
No.
He's saying everything you say,
No.
even no. What do we have to do?
Okay. Guys, we're going to sign off. Thanks for joining us.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you got a little bit of chuckle out of something tonight and you had a nice relaxing hour. We enjoyed it. Remember, your responsibility to be ready for the fight never ends.